All right. Hey, good afternoon, Patriots. How are we doing on this Wednesday afternoon? It's 7/7/21. That's a very important date, 7/7. 7/7/21. Uh, Many of you probably saw our president, Donald J. Trump, today. Uh, he was live. He was on for over 40 minutes, and he had a very, very powerful message for what is going on and the lawsuits that are in place. And so this should not come as a surprise to any of the patriots out there. Okay. We have known now for quite some time that big tech has been censoring everything. I mean, the only thing that big tech does not censor is if it deals with socialism. Big tech won't censor socialism because big tech is socialism. So that's something that we all should know, and I would imagine all of us do know, at least the majority of you patriots. Hi, Nancy. Uh, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes, as I always say. So I'm going to give you little bits and pieces. How you there, William? The the parts that you really need to be aware of is the fact that what Donald J. Trump said today, if you saw it, and if you didn't see it, I'm sure there's going to be millions of replays. Hopefully they won't censor parts of what he says. But keep in mind that what Donald J. Trump tells the media, because he knows they're the enemy, right? So what Donald J. Trump puts out there and what is really happening is not always exact. And there's a reason for this. And as I always tell you, you really must read the book, The Art of War, because that's pretty much how he runs his life, how he's run his business. From a business perspective, by the way, I think that The Art of the Deal that he wrote several years ago, which is a classic, that would be another book to read. The reason why Donald J. Trump has had so much success in running the country is because he is not a politician. He is a businessman, and he knows what he's doing. But what you must understand is anytime you are up against opposition, which we are as a republic, there's people out there, and there's many in big tech that don't want that message to get out. That's why they started censoring him. I mean, look at all the communist leaders throughout the world that are still allowed to be on Facebook. All right. Look at all the, I mean, there's so much that's on Facebook, whatever you want to call it. It's one and the same to me. But yet the commander in chief of the free world was censored and then knocked off and has a ban. From what I understand, it's 2 years. So when you start to really understand this, it's even mind-boggling to me that Democrats, now I didn't say deep state because there's a big difference there. There are some real Democrats that have a belief in their mindset of what the country should look like based on 50 years ago. Okay. And that's one of the reasons why it doesn't work, but at least they're not deep state Democrats, because deep state Democrats are socialists. And they really ultimately want communism. And that's really their goal. You should all know this by now. So I'm probably not saying anything here that you guys don't know. But what a lot of you don't know, and I have really tried to get this message out, some are picking up on it. I think the majority are not. And that is that there is something happening right now. It's a full-fledged attack. We are at war. It's a full-fledged attack. And it's based on you. It's based on what's going into you. I got another report this morning. I was gonna go live this morning at about 10 o'clock here a couple hours ago, or an hour and a half ago, but I held off because I wanted to make sure I got confirmation. There is more and more and more reports that hopefully I'll get to share on next week's Monday Night Passionate Patriot, okay, that show very clearly what they're doing to the water. I put something in the Passionate Patriot, and I already had a couple people thought that it was a funny post. It's not no funny post. Let me tell you something. They're putting stuff in our water, including drugs, but they're also putting other stuff in our water that are toxins that will literally kill you. Literally kill you. So if you think, that I'm just promoting this water bottle because it's part of our business. You have no idea. My message is this. Look, I know this works. There's no doubt that this works. I recommend getting it. If you don't want to, that's okay, but at least you can't say I didn't tell you. The other thing that they're doing, and these are the dates. I'm about to give you the dates. Yep, Bill, you're exactly right. And there's even more than that in there right now. See what Bill said there. Between the 7th, which is today, and the 21st, those are scheduled to be the heaviest 2 weeks of spraying. Now, let me tell you what they're spraying. It's not good for you. It's not good for you. Is there a solution? I would say there is at least. I know what we're using. We're using something that's an air purifier. An air purifier that will clean air the size of a tennis court. You know how, I mean, I don't play tennis. I used to years ago, but the tennis court's pretty big. It cleans air that size. It's medically certified. In other words, not all air purification systems have that grade of medical. My wife knows about this way better than I do, and you can reach out to her if you'd like. Okay? But the next 2 weeks, you're going to see a massive, massive spraying. So if you're a person that has allergy issues, if you're a person that has anything like asthma or anything like that, please hear me. Reach out to Antoinette. She'll give you the big deal, the real deal. Right now, you can save $750 off. That's a pretty big deal, at least for most people. You know, to be able to save $750. This is grade medical. This is something that it's not, I'll put it to you this way with all due respect. You ain't going to go to the store and get this. Okay? At least not that I'm aware of. I haven't seen it. But here's something else I want to tell you that came across last night, and I got to be really careful how I put this out. Some of you know about an interview that I'm going to be doing in September. And I've been pretty quiet about this interview for many reasons. People's lives could be at danger if I go too deep. But I will tell you, I got better clarification last night of location. I got better clarification last night of how it's going to go forward. And on an upcoming Monday night, I hope I can have enough info to share on this coming Monday night. But in the next few weeks, because we're only in July, I will have information, and I will make sure that if it is all possible. Now, let me put it to you this way. The interview will not be conducted here. So if you're looking for it to be conducted here, it ain't happening. And I'm not going to tell you who the interview's with, because by now you guys probably have put 2 and 2 together to figure out. Okay? And let me just say this, because I think that this needs to be put out there. It has nothing to do with me. Nothing. Nothing to do with me. It's all about God. God has continually put me in positions. He's continually put me in front of people. And it's because I'm very open to receive. Closed-mindedness, whoa, wow. You talk about a disease. That's the worst disease, I think, is someone that's closed-minded and makes decisions without even getting the facts. Like with our business, I had a person recently reach out to me, and I give them a lot of credit because they said, all right, I keep hearing you talking about it. What are we doing here? And I shared it with them, and you know what they said? Oh, wow, not anything like I thought. That's because they had listened to the 3 enemies: rumor, hearsay, and opinion. And that's what's going on with many Democrats, because the Democrats that love our country, and there are some, okay, they've been listening to the propaganda that Trump is this and Trump is that and Trump is this. Do you know that I was speaking with, let's see, what are we looking at? Today is the 7th. Yeah, it was about 3 weeks ago. I was on the phone with a very, very well-respected gentleman. I can't give you his name. I asked him. He said he would prefer that I didn't put it out. So I'll just say this. Very well-respected gentleman who is not my color. Okay, by the way, I'm not white. You might think I'm white, but I'm really not white. Okay. Let me show you what white is. This is white. See that? Now, does that look like me? Is that my color right there? No, I'm not white. Well, guess what? You want me to show you what black is? Black looks like that. But anyways, he wasn't my color and he wasn't this color, but you probably get the picture, right? Here's what he said to me. He said, John, no question whatsoever, Donald J. Trump has done more for the African American community than any president has done in the last 100 years. Why am I bringing this up? Because a low level, and by the way, there's low level awareness white people, by the way, too, which again, you're not white, they're Caucasian, right? It's pigmentation in the skin, okay? But anyways, there is low level Caucasians that have bought in that Trump is a racist, that Trump is a womanizer, that Trump is this and Trump is that. And they bought into it, and so they're convinced. Well, this gentleman said that, again, that Donald J. Trump has done more for the African American community than any other president in the last 100 years. And I even said to him, I said, I wish more people, I didn't say more black people. I said, I wish more people would say this. And he said, they're afraid. They're afraid. Because I get, from what I'm gathering, if you are not my color and you start saying that, then what did he say they get called? I think he said they get called an Uncle Tom or something. You want to know something? I'm working on getting an interview with a lady who is not my color. And I think she's one of the greatest. I'd vote for this lady for president. I'll give you a hint. I go after the big fish because I believe that you deserve that. I believe that you deserve to know what's going on. And so I appreciate the ones that follow me, that actually buy into what I'm saying. You don't have to agree with everything I'm saying, but you can see why I'm coming from that angle. So I'm going to end. I'm going to recognize everybody here, but I'm going to end where I started. Donald J. Trump was on a broadcast today by a network that you should know who it is. It's the right kind of a network. And he's talking about big tech and what he's doing. Now, I'm on board with that. Matter of fact, I'm supporting that. I would recommend you do. Now, let me tell you what comes with that, of course, that the end of this fake book is ultimately going to happen. And I'm okay with that. I don't know about you, but I'm okay with that. The other thing that I want to bring up, and I'm not going to go in depth on it today. I will, if I do it all, it'll be later tonight. But tomorrow night, we are doing a presentation. I'm not the one that's doing it. But for those people that have asked for an alternative, keyword, an alternative to the Bezos operation, you know what that is, right? Don't miss it. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, you're going to see it in depth. And once you see it, you will understand why we are so excited with the Patriot Business Network, because of our affiliation with this. All right, they're already trying to knock me out. It already did a blip here. I don't know if you guys heard what I said. If you want the Zoom code for tomorrow night, it is at 8 o'clock. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, 8 o'clock Central. That's 9 o'clock Eastern. Message me and I'll send it to you. I doubt very seriously I'm going to put the code on my Facebook profile. Okay, I may make mention of it, but I won't put the Zoom code. So if you want that, that's for tomorrow night, and it deals with the alternative that everybody's been looking for Bezos's operation. So let's see, who do we have here? We have Nancy Mitchell, William Darrell Dorton Jr. We have Mindy. We have Jan. You driving a lot there, Jan. We have John DeRitter, Bill Forsman, Stephanie Barker, Cheryl Lorenko, Paul and Laura Arias, Judy Bynum. I think Antoinette sent you what you need, but you definitely need to have a conversation with her on that information because she can give you better clarification. Christine, let's see, who else? Break out that way. Okay, I won't even touch that one. Kathleen Surgis, Nancy Pogue, Tammy Bates. Okay, Judy, that sounds good. You're going to get excited because I know you had some issues that. Here's what I will tell you, and I don't ever say this kind of stuff. I guarantee anybody that gets our air purifier, it's like being in a whole different world. I didn't realize the difference. What a difference. Okay. So, okay. That is it. I will be back later. Again, we've got Zooms. We got a Zoom tomorrow night. We got a Zoom Friday night. The Zoom tomorrow night is going to give you the info that you need, that you deserve to know what's going to overtake Amazon. I was trying to stay away from that word. But anyways, yes. And then Friday night, I have a very special guest that's going to be speaking specifically about the Patriot Business Network. And if you get on both, then you're going to really understand the power of what we have here. So anyways, God bless you. God bless America. We'll talk to you guys soon.